I'm Jordan Belfort, and this is Sales School. All right, short message from my number one sponsor, NetSuite. Here's the deal. If you're a business owner, you don't need them, NetSuite, to tell you it's tough to run a business, because it is, right? We all know that. Don't let QuickBooks and spreadsheets slow you down anymore. Now is the time to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle. They're the world's number one cloud-based business system. They give you the visibility and control over your financials, HR, inventory, e-commerce, and more. You want to join over 24,000 companies using NetSuite right now. So schedule a free product tour now at netsuite.com/school. That's netsuite.com/school. So I'm using these questions you guys send me as sort of, a way to start off each motivation. Because frankly, the issue I have with doing these every single day is I love motivating you guys. I love giving daily trainings out. And I love, the idea that what I'm doing here is worth 1,000 times more than I'm charging, because I'm in a good position financially, and my goal now is to really help you get to the same place. So whether I have to scale this up to really make money, I'm cool with that. So don't worry that I'm really not charging you much for this stuff. I'll figure out how to make money with it down the road. But the best part is that I finally now have a way to start each day by using your questions as sort of a springboard into a motivation. And the one I'm going to start with today is someone named Ken Guerrero, who's someone I really respect. I like him. He's always out there making good posts. He's making comments, positive guy. And the basic, the gist of Ken's question was about, and I'm assuming he's okay with me saying this, but he's basically, his mother has, sort of not been his greatest fan in terms of installing the belief in him that he's awesome and capable of achieving greatness. And in fact, his mom is, more been kind of a naysayer in his life, the dream stomper, right? And, he's like, what does he say to his mother? How does he deal with his mother? And let's just say that, Ken's mother serves as a euphemism, or as a representation, basically, for all those people out there in our lives who we can't just wholesale dismiss. We can't just say, I'm done with you because you're negative, right? You have to keep your mom in your life, your partner in your life, your best friend in your life, maybe even, although that's, that's questionable, right? Because a real best friend wouldn't say shit about you, right? But the point is that, we often find ourselves in situations where we really can't just say, you get out of my life, I'm done with you, right? These are people that are too close to us, they're related in some way, or we just need them for other reasons, right? So what do you do with those people during those first few months? That's the operative word here. In other words, I'm not going to give you a strategy here. I'll never give you strategies that aren't sustainable. So I'm not going to tell you something that won't work. I'm going to tell you things that actually work here. So I'm going to say that this strategy has to have a time limit on it. In other words, you can't say to someone, listen, do me a favor. I'm onto something really big here. I'm in a great direction. I'm working really hard. I have some incredible strategies I'm executing on right now. And it's really important that I have no negative voices in my ear. So do me a favor, please, just for the next 3 years, just don't say anything negative to me. Just be my greatest fan. So that's not going to work, right? People can't contain themselves for 3 years. It's just not possible. It's not practical. And it can happen, right? So what will happen, though, is anybody can hold their tongue and be a supporter to you for 90 days. That is a reasonable thing to ask someone. So it starts with understanding that you're going to have to go out and approach these people in your life who are the dream stompers. You can't simply excise out of your life, right? And you're going to have to start off by saying to them, listen, I'm asking you to do me a big favor here, a personal favor, and I'll really be appreciative, and I'll really owe you one. For the next 90 days, don't say anything negative to me. Please, I beg. Let me stop with that. I'm going to interrupt that thought for 1 second here. Okay, now, so that's the overarching strategy, right? There's things that have to happen on your end. Number one, you can't say that to someone who's in your life, and then they don't see you making real and constant and massive change every day. In other words, if you ask someone to, hold back, stop bashing me, stop saying I'm an asshole, I'm a worthless piece of shit, I'll never amount to anything. If you say it to someone, and in Ken's case, this is his mom, right? Then she also has to see a change in you. What is your part in this? In other words, are you going out there and are you being your best self every single day? Are you walking your talk? You can't expect people to change the way they act towards you unless you change the way you act every single day. I promise you this. If you go through the straight line system, the actual training system, and you follow the principles from body language to tonality to state management to you, but you will be so different to everyone just visually. You will be perceived differently. The change is extraordinary. It's noticeable. It's discernible. Now, it's not, in other words, the change in you, how you are perceived, what people feel when they look at you, that changes like that. The success comes afterwards. So while it might take a bit longer for the success, for the money to come, for the results to come, what's going to change very quickly is just the way people perceive you when they lay eyes on you. That happens in a matter of days. If you're using the system correctly, if you're following the rules, meaning if you're using the right body language, you're active listening, you're out there working your ass off, you're working hard. So, what's your part? Are you going out there and saying to people, listen, please, support me, don't say anything negative, and then you're the same old lazy bum that you've always been? Right? Well, that's like insanity because, you're doing the same thing, expecting different results. You have a part in this. If people are not supporting you, okay, I want you to get them out of your life. That's the easy thing. If you can't get them out of your life, then you have to ask them, say, listen, for the next 3 months, I need you to really support me because I'm on a program. It's very powerful, it's effective, and it's changing me, and I'm getting massive results right now. And you'll see for yourself. Just watch me get the results. And then if you say it to someone, and then a week later, they see the same old person who's staying in bed until 10 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock in the morning, who still is dressing the same way and talking the same way and not in a new direction. Your outward, the way you present yourself to the world has to change too. That's your responsibility. So when I told all these kids, if they came to work for me, I said, listen, guys, I was like, when you leave this room, so you tell anyone that's a dream stomper you can't remove from your life, you just tell them that for the next 90 days, please just do me a favor, please, don't say anything negative, save it all up. I want you to save up the negative comments, and then on the 91st day, you can destroy me, right? But then, within a few days, these people would already have their confidence building. They'd be dressing differently, they'd be speaking differently. They were out there, they had this look in their eye, they just knew they were going towards success, and people in the outside world can sense that. It's obvious. So they were actually making changes. They were going to work every single day. They had a future, they had a goal, a vision in mind. So it worked. People will stop saying negative things to you. But if you're doing the same old, and asking people to change the way they talk to you, that is not going to work. So there's two aspects to this equation, Ken. Number one, there is you going out there and asking your mom and anyone else that might be a detractor that you can't remove from your life. The easiest thing is just to get rid of them, right? But those that you can't, and ask them to give you those 90 days. Then say every time they have a negative comment, just write it down and kill me on the 91st day, right? But then they have to see you taking massive action. They have to know that you're on a new program. Let them know about it. Get them involved in it, maybe even. Let them know what you're doing. Believe me, when people see the change in you, it has a huge impact on them as well. Everyone, listen, they say misery loves company, and that's true. Negativity is infectious. That's true. And it is. It's true. It's easy to be negative than positive. But the power, the ultimate power of positivity, the long-term power is far greater than negativity. Because in the end, they'd love to be positive versus negative. They would. It's just hard to get that initial spark, that charge that jumpstarts you in that direction. Be that jumpstart. Be that guiding light to somebody. And I promise you, they'll eventually jump on board if you start taking actions every day. So remember, you got to walk your talk. Don't just say, hey, do me a favor and be positive and then just be the same old person. You have to show them results, little tiny victories every single day, starting with how you act, how you talk, how you walk, how you dress, what time you get out of bed, just how directed you are and how positive you are. And I promise they'll all jump on board.